Welcome to This Explainer. Okay, let's just dive right in. Today, we're doing something a little bit different, but honestly, surprisingly insightful. We're going to look at a word we use all the time, a word that carries a ton of cultural weight, emotional baggage, and, let's be real, massive financial implications. We're going to break it down using the ultimate authority on language, the Merriam-Webster Dictionary, to uncover what the word wedding literally means at its absolute core.
So I want you to ask yourself, what immediately pops into your head when you hear the word wedding? Like, if you close your eyes right now, what images flash across your mind? Is it a white dress, maybe a massive tiered cake, or, maybe it's just an overwhelming wave of anxiety about seating arrangements and catering costs? It's a word so loaded with expectations that we rarely actually stop to consider its literal definition.
Now, most of us immediately jump to Merriam-Webster's very first definition. It reads, a marriage ceremony, usually with its accompanying festivities, nuptials. And honestly, this is our cultural default, right? It's the big party, the exchange of vows, the DJ playing that one song everyone has to dance to, and just the whole shebang of accompanying festivities. It is the event itself.
We picture the chaotic, highly energetic, totally festive side of things. I actually love this. It's brilliantly illustrated by a real dictionary example sentence from a June 2026 issue of Southern Living. They describe a mess as having husks everywhere, like rose petals tossed by a rambunctious 4-year-old flower girl thrilled to be at her first wedding. It perfectly captures that messy, joyous, slightly out of control reality of definition 1. It paints such a beautifully vivid picture of the festivities part of the definition.
But then, the dictionary makes a really fascinating pivot to definition 2. Just look at this comparison. We move from the ceremony and the festivities directly into something so much more profound. Definition 2 defines a wedding as an act, process, or instance of joining in close association. Just think about that for a second. It completely strips away the cake, the DJ, the rambunctious flower girls, the white dresses, and reveals the word's profound literal core. Section 1. Joining in close association. You see, language itself centers this entire concept not around an isolated, stressful event, but around the beautiful, ongoing process of two distinct lives becoming deeply intertwined. It's about that close association. The dictionary isn't just giving us a synonym for a big party here. It's defining a literal structural shift in human relationships. And inherently, it always comes down to two. Two lives, two entities, two separate paths forming a close, absolutely inseparable bond. That is the joining the dictionary highlights. When you strip away the modern commercial lens, it's fundamentally an equation of two becoming a unified front. Section 2. A 12th century tradition. Understanding exactly where a word comes from tells us so much about why we're still using it today. And, you might actually be surprised to learn just how far back this linguistic tradition goes. We tend to think of the modern wedding as this relatively new, highly commercialized invention, but the language we use to describe it, it's ancient. The Merriam-Webster entry notes the first known use of wedding was before the 12th century. Let that sink in. That means for nearly a millennium. Since the 11th century or even earlier, English speakers have been using this exact word. It survived the actual establishment of Merriam-Webster itself back in 1828, and it carries this deep meaning of joining lives all the way into our modern, everyday conversations in 2026. That is literally 1,000 years of humans trying to articulate the act of joining together in close association. Section 3. The language of weddings. And this wonderfully ancient concept completely permeates the everyday phrases we still use to signify this union today. The dictionary lists several common phrases containing the word, and when we actually look at them closely, they perfectly echo that second definition. Think about wedding band or wedding ring. It is definitely no coincidence that the ultimate symbols of this act are physical, endless loops. A ring has no beginning and no end, right? It's the physical manifestation of definition 2's close association. Even things like the wedding march signify a process, a continuous movement forward together. Merriam-Webster even specifically calls out "hear wedding bells" as a key phrase. It acts as this universally recognized auditory symbol. Because when someone says they hear wedding bells, they aren't just predicting a fun party. They are recognizing the undeniable momentum of two lives coming together. It's a sound that literally signals a permanent shift in association. Section 4. Modern usage and examples. So, how exactly are we using this millennium-old word today? Well, it brilliantly illustrates the tension between definition 1 and definition 2. In modern usage, places like the Kansas City Star are talking about transforming an arena floor into a wedding venue. Entertainment Weekly talks about celebrities scouting a venue location, and People magazine is out there reporting on Taylor Swift's rumored impending nuptials to Travis Kelce. Our modern media focuses overwhelmingly on the spectacle, the venues, the massive celebrity buzz. But remember, underneath all of that arena-sized spectacle, the linguistic root of two lives joining in close association remains the actual, rock-solid foundation of the word. Which brings us beautifully to the third definition listed in Merriam-Webster. Definition 3 is a wedding anniversary or its celebration, such as a golden wedding. I absolutely love this addition because it proves that this joining doesn't just happen once. It isn't just a single day in an arena or a fancy garden. It's a continuing association we actively celebrate over time. A golden wedding anniversary is the ultimate testament to that close association enduring through the decades. So, what should you take away from this entire explainer? Well, the biggest takeaway here is that beneath the expensive flowers, the music, the venues, and the whole pop culture spectacle, the dictionary reminds us that this word carries the profound weight of human connection. It's not just a noun describing a party, it's a living concept describing the enduring process of joining lives. I'll leave you with this final thought. The next time you receive an invitation, or attend one of these ceremonies, or even just hear those proverbial wedding bells, what are you going to see? Will you just see the cake, the stress, and the festivities? Or will you look a little deeper and recognize the centuries-old, incredibly profound act of two distinct lives joining in close association? Thanks for joining me to figure this out, and keep seeking the deeper meaning in the words we use every single day.